Inside PressBox is presented by Maryland Mutual Mortgage. Contact them at mdmutual.com for the best mortgage to fit your needs. And welcome back to Inside PressBox, sponsored by the aforementioned Maryland Mutual Mortgage. Baltimore Ravens have made the playoffs now for a third straight year. Joining us to talk about the regular season and the playoffs ahead are Joe Platania and Matt Zenitz of PressBox, PressBoxOnline.com, and CSNBaltimore.com. Guys, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be with you, Stan.
This season, Ravens 12-4, would, on the face of it, looks like a terrific record. They make the playoffs. Why does much of Baltimore feel like this has been a botched job?
Well, this has been the most nerve-wracking football season of the John Harbaugh era. The games have been decided, all the games, not just the wins or the losses, by 7.4 points per game on average. In 2008, it was 16 points. In 2009, it was 13. So they learned to win the close games. They didn't know how to do that the first 2 years under Harbaugh. They were, I think, 8-4 in games decided by 7 or less, but the sheer volume of those games really made a lot of fans sweat and wonder.
7.4 points a game is one play, really, in a lot of games.
Absolutely it is.
Joe? I mean, Matt, your thoughts on that?
Really, with any increased success comes increased expectations, and it is funny because on the surface it's a 12-4 football team, and you look around at most teams in the NFL, most franchises, most fan bases, and they would be more than happy with 12-4, but just being where the Ravens have gone the last 2 years and knowing the talent that was brought in, I just feel like people were expecting it, even borderline unrealistic. And still 12-4 to me is a very good season. The Ravens are in as good of a position as any team in the playoffs to make a run to Dallas, in my opinion.
What happened to this football team, Joe? They have that struggle on Monday Night Football against the Jets to open the season. They lose in Cincinnati. They go on this little mini roll. They go into New England where they had won in the playoffs in dominating fashion. And to me, they pretty much dominated New England through 3 quarters. Since then, and we can debate, I say Cam took the pedal, the foot off the pedal. Since then, they just haven't seemed to have the same confidence offensively.
And the same consistency either, because we went through a few weeks hearing about how the Ravens could not finish football games, and how well they, or how not well they were starting football games. So it was very much an inconsistent 12-4. It felt like they stumbled into it. Like you said, they won a couple in a row, then they would lose one. Their longest winning streak of the year was only 4 games, which is far from the greatest streak they've ever had, I think, when they won 8 in a row in 2006. So it seems funny to say you stumble into a 12-4, but if you win enough of those close games, they do add up. And the occasional losses, though, I think what really concerned people were to teams like Atlanta and Pittsburgh, the kind of teams you see this time of year.
And Joe brings up that inconsistency, and that's what sticks out to me, and that has to be a primary concern heading into the playoffs now, especially in the second half. And you look at over the last month and a half of the season, and I'm sure people have noticed the lack of second half touchdowns. You look at the last 6 games, though, 85 points in the first half for the Ravens, 33 in the second.
And what does that say to you in less than a minute right now in this segment?
Well, again,
does it say that the other team's making adjustments and we're not?
It could very well be a part of it. This team just hasn't been a very good second half team all year. The adjustments they make, they're not executing it all that well. So some of the blame has to go to the players. I know some of it goes to Cam Cameron as well.
I just think as a whole there's a lot of room for improvement on the offense. With the talent they have, this should be a lot better than the 22nd ranked offense in the NFL.
When we get back, we'll take a look at the playoffs and make our predictions. Sign up for the weekly PressBox email newsletter with the latest Baltimore sports information presented by Toyota. Just go to PressBoxOnline.com and submit your email address today.